Welcome to this edition of Pattern Spotlight. Today we will be reviewing Simplicity's S9470. I encourage you to stick to the end of this video where I will be showcasing what the suggested fabric choices would possibly look like on this garment. If you already know how to do my sew-alongs in videos, and if you'll be kind enough to watch at least one ad should it appear, feel free to skip ahead to go straight to this pattern spotlight. Skip ahead to the 3-minute 35-second mark. Here's a little bit about how I do my Sew With Me sew-alongs. Techniques, I'm going to put it on the website. And I will reference it in the sew-along itself. So for example, we're working on a pair of pants that has a fly front. So when we get to that portion in the sew-along, I'll do a little bit of it, in instructions in the sew-along itself, but then I'm going to refer you over to the website to go ahead and look at that video, that particular video, look it over, study it, do your own sample if you want, because I'm big on that technique binder. So go ahead and and do that. And then once you get a good hang of what that technique is, then come back onto the sew along itself and do that particular technique with the sew along. So that way we both kind of benefit. You still get the instruction of the actual sew along, step by step of how to do a particular thing. But it's less editing on my part because, like I said, I'll mention it in the sew along itself, but then I'll refer you over to the website to actually find that particular technique, and go ahead, review it, look at it. And then once you master it or enough to where even you sew along, at the same time and install it in that particular sew along that you're doing at that time. So hopefully that will be okay for you, because I think I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone for watching my videos. I love to upload the videos. I love to share my knowledge. And I'm pretty sure that you guys love to get free content. So in order for me to keep uploading free content, I just need you to do some simple things for me, some very simple things. The first thing is just to hit the subscribe button. So just make sure that you hit that. So you're subscribed to my channel, hit the notification bell so when I upload a new video, you don't miss out and you get to see it. And then also, if there's an ad on my videos, they're typically anywhere from 10 seconds to maybe up to 2 minutes. Just go ahead and either watch it or do something else you want to do in those in that particular time that ad is running. So use the restroom, go get something to drink or something like that. Because that way, if you let that ad run, I benefit from YouTube, and that way I can still keep creating content and uploading it for free. Okay. Enough of that boring stuff. Back to the sew along. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Thank you and keep on watching. Okay, so we'll be talking about Simplicity's S9470. The garment type is a top. It comes with 10 pieces. You may or may not be using all of those, but the total pieces are 10. Sewing level is easy. Description is poplin tops. Have options for side drape pleats or inverted pleats. Sleeves are in 3 lengths with a back zipper closure, which looks like an invisible zipper. And the size range for your body measurements, sizes 6 to 14, have a bust measurement of 30.5 inches to 36, a waist of 23 inches to 28, hips of 32.5 inches to 38. And for your sizes 16 to 22, you have a bust measurement of 38 inches to 44 inches, waist measurement of 30 inches to 37 inches, and hip measurement of 40 inches to 46 inches. All right, so let's take a look at the line drawings. So looking at the line drawing, garment elements for A and B are basically the same. You have different sleeve lengths. Kimono sleeves is what I call it. They also can be called drop shoulder, where there is no seam there, with drape pleats, peplum, and invisible zipper. Views C and D are basically the same as A and B. Okay, they have different sleeve lengths, kimono or drop shoulder sleeves with inverted pleats and peplum and invisible zipper. All right, so next we're moving on to suggested fabric choices, and they are chalice, charmeuse, crepe de chine, double Georgette, silky types, matte jersey knit, soft cotton knits. These are all woven fabrics except for one, which is the matte jersey knit. But it appears that this garment was made for basically woven fabric. So let's take a closer look at the fabric choices. So chalice. So it's normally made with rayon, which is a softer type of fiber, if you will. But it can also be made with cotton, which can make your garment a little bit stiffer. But we'll go with the rayon for now with this description. So it's a lightweight woven, soft and drapey. It's breathable. It's great material for summer. Excellent choice for tops and dresses. And it doesn't wrinkle as much. So I'll pop in a picture of what a garment made with rayon chalice would look like. Okay, moving on to charmeuse. This is also a woven fabric. It looks smooth, shiny surface or finish on the front. Back has a dull finish. It's typically made with poly, rayon, or silk. It's very soft and drapey. Okay, and I'll pop up a picture of what this garment will possibly look like made with charmeuse fabric. Moving on to crepe de chine. It's also a woven fabric. It's less textured surface than just a regular crepe, but it still has texture to the surface. It's lightweight and it's wrinkle resistant. Okay, so I'll pop up a picture of what this garment would possibly look like with crepe de chine. Moving on to Georgette, and they have listed double Georgette, and the only difference with that is it just means it's a double layer of Georgette, and that again just helps with the opaqueness, so it won't be as sheer, okay, whenever they double something. So for Georgette, it's a sheer, it's a woven, and it's sheer. It's lightweight, it's breathable, it has a dull finish, and it's crinkly up puckered on the surface as well. It drapes well and it's very flowy. It's typically made from rayon or poly, so which means it can be very soft to the touch. So rayon poly fibers, and it has a very slight stretch to it. So I'll pop up a picture here of what this garment would look like with Georgette. And if you notice this picture, I tried to find one that had a single Georgette, just a regular Georgette, and one that has a double. So the bodice, if you look at it, it's not sheer, it's opaque. So that's possibly a double Georgette, meaning it's just layered twice there. And if you look at the sleeves, you'll see that you can actually see the arm. So that's just a single layer, just a regular layer of Georgette. Okay. Moving on to your silky types. All your silky types mean is they're woven and they're like silk to the touch. So it could be a rayon, your charmeuse. So those is just a umbrella of different categories of fabrics that have that silkiness touch. So again, it could be your rayons, your chalice, your charmeuse, crepe de chine, crepe. So those type of silky type fabrics. And the characteristic is that it drapes well and it's flowy. And so there's really no picture of that because we already kind of did Chalice and Charmeuse. So just refer back to those two. Next up is your matte jersey knit, and this is the only knit in the suggested fabrics. Obviously, it's a knit. It stretches. It has nice drape. It's soft, and because it's the matte version, it's opaque. Okay, so meaning you can't see through it. So I'll pop up a picture of what a matte jersey knit for this particular garment could possibly look like. And lastly is your soft cotton blends. So it's a woven blend. The base fabric is a cotton. And so depending on what the other fiber is, we need that other fiber to help make the cotton softer. So you got to think of fibers that are soft. So your rayons are soft. Your bamboos are soft. You even have soft cotton. I think they call them like premium soft cottons, things of that nature. So if you add any one of those to your regular cotton, that will give you this soft cotton blend. Okay. So I'll pop up a picture of what a soft cotton blend will possibly look like for this particular garment. All right, so let's take a look at how the pattern makers intended this garment to fit. Basically, it's silhouette. Okay, we're going to use a size 14 because that's the mid-range. Okay, so for size 14, for the bust is 36 inches for your body measurement. For the finished measurement is 39.5 inches, what gives you a difference of 3.5 inches. The silhouette for that, and I'll pop up the ease chart here, is fitted. Okay, the silhouette range is 3 to 4 inches. So at your 3.5 inches, that's the mid range of this silhouette. Okay, but if you look at it, the shirt doesn't seem to be in the fitted range. Okay, it seems to be more on a looser side. So just looking around at the bust area, like I said, it seems to be more on a looser side versus a fitted side. So I'm going to move up to the semi-fitted range and the low end of the semi-fitted range. So I will probably do mine at a 4 inches and a quarter, just to give me a little bit more ease there. Okay, so as always, what I tell you to do is take that tape measure, put it around your bust, and here you can start at the 3.5 inches as they have listed, and see if that is a good enough fit for you. And again, like for me, I move mine up to 4.25 inches to give me a little bit more ease there. And then whatever measurement you put, that will be your personal measurement for this garment type and this silhouette. Okay, now they do have a finished measurement for the hips at 30.5, but if you look at the body measurement they have for 14 is 38. So what I'm thinking they're doing is looking at the pattern piece. It looks like the pattern ends at the upper hip. So I just think the hip measurement here is mute because the finished measurement is lower, is much lower than the body measurement. So I'm thinking that the body measurement is for the lower hip, okay, versus the hip measurement on the finish is actually for the high hip or lower waist, which is the same area. So we're just going to skip that. But most definitely you can take your measurement, and I would encourage you to take that measurement around your upper hip. If you don't know what that is the middle range of between your waist and your hips is directly in the middle. Okay, that is considered your high hip. And just keep that measurement handy. So when you get to the pattern pieces, we would take that measurement and just to make sure that where your peplum basically stops, that will be enough room for you. And if not, we can make adjustments. Let's go over the sewing techniques you need in order to complete this pattern. Need to know the basics, which are your straight stitch, basting stitch, reverse stitch, sewing corners and curves, which includes your notching and clipping. You also need to know how to do pleats, inverted pleats, hemming, invisible zipper, and finishing your seams. Okay, so this concludes the pattern spotlight on Simplicity's S9470. If you made this pattern or intend to, or simply sewn along with me, let me know in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. Thanks again for watching, and happy sewing.